All right. I just came off the bus. And they have the lights for Christmas again. Wow. Nice. So this is called Centennial Square. Anyway, very pleased they have the lights. I was actually here for the Christmas lights last year too, and they have music, so we're really happy, and it's really nice out. It's quite warm. Oh, I feel so much better now too. The bus rides kind of belong on my hair. Woo! Yay! So we are in one of my favorite hostels in the whole world, the Ocean Island Backpackers Inn in Victoria, BC, which is my hometown, and it's absolutely beautiful. And it's Christmas time right now, and one of my favorite things about it is that with your dorm stay you have dinner and breakfast included, so that's really nice, especially when it's wet and rainy out, to have nice hot dinner ready when you check in. So yay. And it's really trippy to be here right now because I was here in January and stayed for a month in a private room. And I was also here for Christmas in a dorm for a couple weeks at that time, and yeah, it just feels so wild to be back and feeling so different like myself, so it's really fun. I also stayed here once when I was really young with my mom, 13, something like that, quite young. But I always remember that it was Halloween, and I remember hanging out with some of the guests. I just remember like having that experience for the first time. Yeah. Ooh. Dorms. Pictures, lockers. Some local events going on. Ooh. Winter market. Ooh. There's a movie room here. And look what we got going on tonight. Karaoke Friday Welcome. Oh, there's the bar in there. Oh my goodness. Okay, I kind of can't believe it. I know I say this all the time, but I kind of can't believe it that we're here right now. And it's trippy. I'm feeling like, I don't know, I feel like I have this when I go back out if I've been kind of like inside for a while, but I'm having this like nervousness. I don't know why, but I'm like nervous and I'm like, whoa. And I think it's like because I also feel like so different than when I was here last time. Like I feel like I'm just looking through a completely new lens, but also the same lens. I don't know, it's really strange. So yeah, anyway, it's like, yeah, those two like kind of like worlds kind of at the same time. Anyway. We are very stoked. It's like, you know, certain maybe patterns or mental things that you might have been on before, you're like not on anymore, but being in the same environment, like I was saying in the other video, I think this one just feels extra strange because it's also like my hometown, so there's like multiple layers. And it wasn't that long ago, I guess. So anyway, just digesting a little bit, but we just had beautiful dinner and it's only misting a little bit, as you can see in my glasses, so I thought it was safe to bring my guitar out because I feel like I need to play a song. I'm gonna go check out the Christmas lights, maybe do a little quick Chinatown walkthrough, but yeah, because why not? And they're doing karaoke tonight at 8 p.m, which is crazy because I've been trying to get to the karaoke for the last millennium. So we'll see how that goes. Like the last time I was here, there's a lot of ingrained patterns that still like I was like deconstructing, you know what I mean? The last year has very much been like a deconstruction. So now it's like, yeah, like coming back, those patterns are no longer there. And it's beautiful because that means that also the limitations and the perceived limitations and the old things, old emotions, whatever, are no longer there either. So it's like, even though I was only here in January, it feels like it's been much longer, like it's a new place, you know? So that's really beautiful. Wow. So before we get in here, this is Centennial Square. Wow. Truck here. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, they have like a big white thing on the Chinatown Arch right now. Like they're doing construction, and that is kind of heartbreaking. What? That's crazy. Oh my goodness. That is crazy. I don't even know what to say. What in the heck? We're going to QV though because it never ever lets me down. So we're starting with a night tour because honestly, this is the thing. You never know, right? You never freaking know. Like, you never know when the arch is going to be covered. And now I can't show you the arch. Anyway, I am kind of freaking out. I don't know. I feel like there's like another agenda going on right now with this. So I don't know if I can even film right now. I don't know what this energy is. It's crazy. I just put on an lmao bar and I feel like I need to run. What is happening? I literally looked outside and spoke the silliest words ever spoken in this part of the world. I don't think it's gonna rain. So here we are, but I can see a little bit of sun still, but it's not so bad. But I'm thinking maybe find a little bit of indoors vibe for a while anyway. There's a lot of Christmas markets going on today. There's a punk show going on tonight at Lucky, and I think I'm gonna go because that sounds awesome. Yeah, and the breakfast today at the hostel was beautiful. I really missed it. I love how they do, what do they call it? Canadian Mediterranean fare. So they've got some olives and labna, eggs, you know, peanut butter and jam kind of thing, but they've also got like tahini and stuff. Really nice. Yeah, and what's been really cool too is like, because I was here before, like I've seen actually a lot of people that I recognize and know from last time, and I think people have like come back as well for like this season. Yeah, so that's, oh, you dropped something, I think. Is this yours?
Oh my god, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, there goes the rain. Let's find a coffee shop. My goodness, look at this. Yay! Oh my. Oh my goodness, it's huge. A rainbow right over Value Village. So actually right there where that gate is where I went to one of my first raves ever. I don't think it's there anymore, but there used to be a little club down there called the Sunset Room. Oh my goodness. Wow, it's turning into the most beautiful day. And you can smell a bit of boat gas. Oh my goodness. Look at these pirate ships. Holy. Yeah. Let's go. Pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Does that mean Valley Village or does it mean what's over there? Vic West Skate Park. Oh my. If I could transfer the smell of the air right now. Okay, I need a bag. I need a plastic bag so I can sit down because there's so many chairs everywhere but it's wet. Okay, so I don't have a bag, but do you know what I had in my guitar case? So that's laminated so I can sit on that so I don't get wet, and that's literally perfect and hilarious. So the green room is outside now. We've got a lot of different vibes going on right now, and also there's a boat out there that's like wearing pirate hats in a hot tub in the ocean, and that's pretty freaking sweet. So nice out. My fingers are cold though. Look at my freaking fingers. Don't mind my red. I can't. They're like cut, like literally cut. So I have this little guitar chords thing that I think I've had since I was like really young. I would have bought that ages ago. Anyway, that's how I learn. I just kind of like pick which one fits whatever I'm trying to do, and hopefully it sounds good. Holy heck, the clouds are moving quick. It's getting cold. But I was just thinking about, because it smells like fire in the air, and every time I'm smelling this air, it reminds me of Guatemala, because I guess there's lots of fires going on. Maybe burning. And I love that smell. But I was thinking about, so when I first like was starting to like learn how to produce music, I've probably told this story to a few people, but I got a little computer. It was a very small computer, like literally physically small, and just like a baby computer. Like it was like the cheapest one I could get. And I went to Guatemala and I was like, I'm gonna teach myself how to produce. I got there and my computer died like immediately. And then I also got really sick. And I had a little ukulele. My friend had painted it for me, and I was also trying to like learn the ukulele and everything like that. Anyway, the ukulele ended up going through the thing at the airport and getting broken. That was really sad. Yeah, and for the rest of the trip I obviously didn't, focus on producing because my computer broke, and I just focused on the trip, and that was beautiful, and that's what it was meant to be. But yeah, it's like the other video I was talking about, like sometimes you want to do all the things at once, but you can't do all the things at once, and I really try to do that. But yeah, it's fascinating when they come back around, and it's always like the right place at the right time, do you know what I mean? But anyway, I think what I always loved about the ukulele and the guitar and things like that is that I can be outside, because for me, like sitting behind a computer is just like not my thing. But yeah, anyway, bit of behind the scenes. And I was thinking about this too, like, and everyone has their own style and way of doing things, of course, but for me, I just love writing things, whether it's a song or poems or just anything at all, on the road, because that's where I feel the most at home, I think, and in that space of stillness and in the in-between where things can come through clearly. So yeah, that's another thing, because I've definitely written some songs, a lot of songs when I've been kind of more stable situation, I guess you could say.
But it's like such a small amount of time that I would even then spend like in that studio or whatever, you know, like, and I would try to like get it out as fast as possible. And I don't know if I talked about this before, but you know, I think that some of the best things and your truest songs, you know, they come the quickest and the most honest, and feel it out. You know, that one, I remember exactly those ones because they were just so bam. Like that one, I was at work all day. I had like a 10-hour shift and I got home and I was like, I gotta do one thing, you know, today to go toward what I'm doing. Anyway, so I made that song that night. It was like midnight and that was it. And just made it that night, all in one. And same with, I always think about the song Other Side as well. I went out for breakfast with my friend and my brother, and that was enough to spark, you know, the inspiration. I went home, brought that song, boom, done, you know? So anyway, sometimes the simplest is better, and it doesn't require too much things around you or too much planning or setup. But anyway, by experience.
What do you do when you live in a shoe? Save your loot and move to a boot. That is what you're doing. Okay. Yeah, that's really soon because I have my show on December 20th. Vancouver.
What's up?
Late night Chinatown. It's the vibe.
It's the vibe. We're taking so much pictures.
Good for you. I love it.
Do you live here?
I don't live here, but I'm from here.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Just sitting down by the water. Ye old whale wall. It's beautiful. And it's actually not rainy tonight. But it's pretty cold and windy. I should be wearing a hat. Wow. I can't believe it's not wet and rainy down here right now. It's incredible. That restaurant has changed like 10,000 times. I think it's different than when I was last year. I'm sleeping. Wow, it's crazy. So many closed down businesses. Okay, so here we are down at the water. There goes the Empress Hotel. Up here is the Bay Center and all that where we were earlier. And here's the waterfront. Some nice boats. And the Parliament building over there. Let's go down.
And I was like, oh my god.
Cozy are we? Birds of a feather will be. Nice. Oh, I love it down here. It smells so good. Lay weather for a sleigh ride together with you. And this isn't like my other videos where it's just a set and there's no people. There's actually not really that many people around usually. I remember when I was a kid, Just seeing like, why is it so dead all the time? It's just a small town. But it's very pretty. Are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight. We're happy tonight. Walking in a winter wonderland. Woo, there goes the harbor ferry and it's all decked out. Let's go. Ah, pretty. Yeah, so cute. Ah, pick me up. So nice. Okay, wow. Absolutely beautiful. That's the Empress right there, where it used to be covered in these green vines. And you can look up a picture of that if you want to see how that looked before, because it really was something to see. It still is a beautiful hotel, but no more vines. But yeah, they always got the Parliament building decked out before. It's really crazy. Like, coming back to, I'm like realizing, like, yeah, there really ain't that many places that looks like this in Canada, other than like Quebec City, like old parts. But yeah, beautiful. Wow, the Prince of Wales. You can do some whale watching. Got some nice yachts down here. How lovely. Good view of the Empress there. I've never actually stayed there. I've been in there though. Woo! But yeah, it's fun. Like, if you're standing up here from the Empress and you look out that way, you can see the mountains of the area where I lived when I was young. Like Goldstream and stuff like that. And yeah, it's beautiful. But it's funny because you realize like it's actually not that far away, but it seems kind of far. Especially if you don't have a car. But yeah, you can take the ferry from here, right down here, to Seattle as well. There's a passenger ferry, and then there's also a car ferry that goes to Port Angeles. And I took that one last year. I drove up from LA and then I drove to Port Angeles and took the ferry across with my car and came here. So that was trippy, like coming into downtown versus the big ferry from Vancouver. It's like way out. Yeah, really crazy. They're having some sort of candlelight thing. So it looks like a Colombian party. Dia de las Velitas, the Day of the Candles, I think. Veltas. Oh yeah, we have double-decker buses. This is Emily Carr and her dog. She's a famous BC artist. To be honest, if someone said, hey, we have a suite for you at the Empress. We have a suite for you and it has a kitchenette. I would take it. I think it would have a really nice view. It's got a beautiful lawn. You could do some yoga on there. I feel like it is really magnificent, but it's just kind of like when you're so used to it, you're like, yeah. It's actually really impressive. It's like a castle. I would also like to point out that I think it's really on brand that like the whole town revolves around this hotel. It's pretty on brand for me. I have to say, I think they've added a lot of new benches, and that is amazing. As I said before, I was just looking for somewhere to sit outside, and I've seen a lot of new benches. And this is the famous Rogers chocolate store. And they have a chocolate factory. And when I was in elementary school, we all went on a tour to the chocolate factory, which now that I think about is actually insane. Like, what is my life? Oh, that's cool. It's like a beehive. But no, high key. Especially, you know how I was talking about Willy Wonka the other day? That is so interesting. Ooh, there's a beaver tails right there. If you don't know, it's like a donut in the shape of a beaver tail. I had one in Banff already this year. Wow. It says that this clock was erected about 1900 and was made in Seattle. Wow. Power for the clock is provided by the weekly cranking up of a heavy cast weight. That's cool. What I like about here is that it's like really like the perfect size place. Like, you can walk around the whole thing. And for me as a kid, you know, you can't really get into too much trouble. So we was down here a lot, you know, when I was in high school and whatever. But yeah, the only thing is like things close really early. That's not my thing, but whatever, it is what it is. That's interesting though. I'm like, where does everyone go? Guess there's not that many vampires around. A whole street of chairs. Love it. Wow. The thing is, it's usually raining. I would say 80% of the time it's raining. Ah, the Egyptian store. The Egyptian store is still there. I've gotten lots of cool things there. Pretty. I feel like I have to get one of these suits. My mom had one of those. But yeah, I got a really cool chair here. I have a bunch of cool stuff from this place. Oh, a papyrus of Bastet from here. Love it. Really glad to see that that's still there. Cleopatra's bedroom. I have to take a stop in tomorrow. Yeah. Here we have Peacock Billiards. Yeah, it's a pool place. Let's go there. Okay, I could be wrong here, but this is just my view. Like, in terms of the kind of homeless situation, and well, yeah, it's literally dramatically increased, which is really horrible. And then the opposite side of it, which is like this hyper manicured side. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there was more of like a middle ground before. I don't know. It's really interesting. I feel like that in Seattle too. Similar thing. Buongiorno. So we are in Fantan Alley, which is one of my favorite places in Victoria. And I've just been in... Oop! Getting all the raindrops in my coffee. I've just been in a couple of my favorite stores. Heart's Content right there. I mean, they're all my favorite, but I love that these stores haven't really changed at all. And you know what you're gonna get in there. They've got all sorts of docks and tartan leggings and all sorts of beautiful things. Another one I love so much is called World Arts. And I was in the record store. And this one right here used to be this big one that would wrap around with all toys and Chinese things, but it's changed into more of a, looks kind of like an art gallery almost, but they have some beautiful things in there. But yeah, I always love walking down here. It was always my favorite place to come when I was young. And I went to Being Around the World as well because I realized I like this one in particular because of its location and vibe. Because I think there's other Being Around the Worlds, but they don't quite have the same energy, so I like this one. And it's always very busy. It's a popular spot. But yeah, it's raining out here, and I'm remembering why I don't normally use an umbrella. Because I don't usually have enough hands to carry it. But I think we're gonna take a walk into Market Square. I love this store. I was just in there for a really long time looking at booths.
It's a new herb shop there. And they have an umbrella shop. Nice. So we're gonna go to one of my favorite places here in Market Square for lunch, breakfast, whatever, called Green Cuisine. Got a Christmas bear out there. I feel like back in the day there was like more of a covered area in here. I could be wrong. I don't know. Something feels different. Or I feel taller maybe. Like I feel like it used to be so big and now I'm like it's so little. So it's like a buffet and they have all beautiful things. It's amazing. And it's by weight. Okay, so we are sitting outside, which is really nice actually because I'm feeling a little bit cramped and claustrophobic in some stores and even in the hostel. Like it's wonderful, but it's so busy right now and it gets actually very busy around the holidays. But yeah, I was gonna look at this board anyway. And one thing I really love about Victoria, and a lot of places still do this, but is that there's so many flyers and things like that because I love the old school promotion of shows and posters and seeing things in the street. Because to be honest, like that's how I hear about a lot of things. It's just by seeing posters and whatever, so it's cool. So anyway, we got ourselves some curried lentil soup, the focaccia, which I am obsessed with, a bit of kimchi kraut, quinoa, a pineapple coleslaw, harissa, eggless salad, and then some olive oil and chili sauce. And I think everything in here is vegan. It is at least, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's all vegan, which is amazing because you don't gotta think about it. But yeah, all the desserts look absolutely incredible too. But it's nice if you can hang around for a couple days and come back because you obviously can't take everything at once. What's really nice about this right now is that they're not gonna close and I've got some space outside so I can just chill. Because I don't know, I take like a really long time to do stuff, like eating food and like, not even like take a long time, but I don't know. Like, I just really take my time with things. And a lot of time I feel like I'm like being like hustled around, with kind of normal schedules, I guess you could say. So I like when I can just relax and do my thing and, do what I gotta do on my phone or whatever. And my food will come when it's time. So we're gonna try this nice slaw here. Oh my god. Wow. That is beautiful. So I was just in Heart's Content. And my heart was very content, so I left with nothing. But I tried on this hat, and it's funny because like I used to wear so many hats, and I still do, but since I was a kid, I was like obsessed with hats, and I've had so many, but I had to get rid of a lot because there was too much. And lately I feel like I just can't bear the feeling of anything on my head except for rain and water. But sometimes then it's like there will be a time of day where I need something on my head, and it's usually when I've just been, I need to come back to my own energy. Oh, there's too much going on. You need a little bit of right. But yeah, finding the one that feels fitting has been interesting. I feel like I used to be able to wear a lot of hats, which speaks volumes. Now I feel like maybe there's like one or two that kind of fits the ticket. But anyway, We'll see.
Whoa. Okay, it's like only 7 a.m. or something. And it's so dark and it feels like, I don't know, like the energy right now is crazy. Like it feels like really busy or fast, or I'm like, what's going on? I don't know, it's really interesting. Anyway, I only have like 9 minutes left on my camera, but I was like, I need to get up right now. Well, first I woke up and like wrote a poem that I'm gonna share with you, because like I wrote it and I was like, I was like, that is it. That is it. That is what has been brewing for a while. And it was like, boom. It's not too cold outside and it's not raining. It's just really nice, and that's especially nice when you're seeing so many people that are having to sleep outside, which is absolutely not okay. But I'm glad that it's not raining or too cold for them. So, yay! Oh yeah, and so anyway, I'm going to the market. To get some, I was like, I need some like something in my coffee. I don't know. I used to drink black coffee all the time. Now I have it with like a little bit of something, like oat milk or coconut milk. I love, obviously. But yeah, I was like, I need to like get some like plant-based eggnog, because I saw it like a couple weeks ago and I was like, no way. Because I remember when I was young, always being like, oh, I love eggnog, but like, you know, it's like milk and whatever. And yeah, like, it's just crazy, like, how much of stuff like that, like, plant-based stuff exists now. I remember back in the day, like, when, like, almond milk, like, first started coming out and stuff, and I was like, whoa, and now there's, like, everything. Anyway, I'm gonna get some of that and some nutmeg, because I need some more spices in there. We're gonna make a really nice spiced coffee. I think it's the move to be up here. It feels so late, I don't know. Anyway, we found it. Oatnog bomb. I think what's funny too is like when I'm in environments where it's like you kind of have to be on different schedule. You know, like for example in the dorm, it's like people like goes to bed and stuff like that. I really realized not only like I have my own schedule and I really like it's how I operate the best, but also like how much and how fast. And just like, and I don't mean fast in like a necessarily like, not like in a rushing way, but just like in like a just quick movement, a lot going on kind of way, you know, like, yeah, like I really be doing stuff like really fast. And again, it's not like rushing, it's just like the current just like moves so quickly. And for me, that's what allows for the inner stillness to remain. You know what I mean? Like if I stop moving at that pace, it's like I don't feel aligned anymore, and then the thing starts coming in, and you know how they say like the idle hands the devil's plaything kind of thing, because yeah, it's like that not indecisiveness, but restriction of the energy allows for those discomforting energy patterns to arise and then in the mind, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's really interesting. But I think it's funny too, because like I don't know who I was talking to recently, but I think just in general, when you like do things for yourself, when you travel, when you do anything that looks a little bit like not like normal, I think people think that you're just like always on holiday. I'm like, dog, I don't think you understand. I'm going 24 hours a day. Like it takes a lot to keep whatever it is going, because if you stop, everything stops, you know? So that's the thing, like it's not even like, oh, I just like having my own space, or you know, this or whatever. It's like it's very much required in order for the operations to continue, you know. And any artist or DIY business person, whatever, entrepreneur, you know, can attest to that. And it's all about finding balance in that. You're having really good music tonight.
Turn you into a fucking cop. Obey the rules and get the job.
Oh, let's go! There's a pit!
I can't slow down, it makes me sick. Yeah, I want something more. Yeah, I want something more.
did a wonderful performance, and it was really cool to see some rock. And he had a wonderful outro, basically saying, "Come on to shows, start your own band, write your own songs, keep on rocking." That was really cool. I feel like when I was in Paris, sitting next to the Eiffel Tower. So last year for Christmas, I was hanging out with my brother, and we stayed down here in an Airbnb, and it was funny because it had like New York theme. And my favorite pizza place in here too also says like New York paintings. And it's funny because I kind of consider it like the blueprint, but I'm just sitting here in the stuffs, and like if I close my eyes, I just feel like I'm in Union Square. That's the thing. Any city you go, it's, you know, it's kind of always the same routine, you know? It doesn't matter where you go as long as you're staying with the flow. Anyway, look at this hat. Hello, I got this at Value Village, and it was like brand new, and it said handcrafts by Nancy Wood or something like that. Oh look, but it looks like someone handmade this hat, and it's got a beautiful like green kind of silk interior, which is nice because literally before I cut my hair, I was like, I'm gonna dye my hair lime green because I've always kind of wanted to dye my hair lime green. And then literally this is like the level of like, if something is like not meant to be, it's like it can't even happen. I went in there, tapped my card, it was just like not working, and I was like, that's weird. Anyway, my card was fine, it just like blocked me, and I was like, oh, thank you so much, because I was like not actually wanting to have green hair. I just wanted a refresh. And then I got this green hat, so we're good. Inside the Crown. I just saw the Grinch. The way that the Grinch said hello, and I said hi. So I saw an old friend from high school earlier. That was really nice. Yeah, that was cool. It's cool like how people like are the same, you know. And I was like, hey, what the heck, we never had a reunion. Maybe I should organize it, TBH. Oh yeah, so I got this shirt too. It's very cute. It's like a tube top. I'll probably do a fit. But I got it in this store in Fantan Alley called Turtle Express, and that was like one of my favorite stores when I was a kid. And I was talking to the guy, and we were having a conversation, and he was really nice. And I was like, yeah, I used to like come in here, like this is my favorite store when I was like 12. And he was like, oh my goodness. So that was really cool. I guess that store has been there for 32 years, so the more you know. Oh yeah, last Christmas too, when I was here, I remember I went to that movie theater over there and saw the Bob Dylan movie on Christmas, or Christmas Eve, or Christmas Day, I can't remember. One of the two. It was awesome. There was like very few people in there. I was sitting next to some old guy. And we were both vibing because he was a huge Bob Dylan fan. I myself am a big Bob Dylan fan, and also a Timothée Chalamet fan. And I loved that movie personally. Oh yeah, there's a theater right here too. Anyway, that was really fun. I always like to go to a movie on Christmas. I think that's fun. So in that guy's spiel too that he was saying or whatever, he was singing a song, and he was like, yeah, this song's like about the people that work downtown should be able to afford to live downtown, and that, you know, is what we were talking about in the last video. So facts. And it's crazy because, you know, you see so many empty businesses and empty buildings right now too, that, you know, not even just the people that's like, you know, on the streets and stuff like that, but the people in homes, obviously in a lot of parts of the world, but everywhere, you know, are having a hard time paying for it, doing the best they can. But yeah,